Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. Guys, I have had my first cold, my first sickness. I've been quite poorly the last 3 days. First time since February 2020, and I think it's because we put the heating on and my body was not ready. But anyway, I'm getting better now. So here we are, another Halloween themed video. I'm absolutely in love. I am using this coffin mold with 4 different embossed lids, and I would have shown you this in my Halloween mold unboxing. Now I've also got some black resin left over, so if you watched my last video on Wednesday, I made the sugar skull box. I still had some black resin left over and I wanted to use the little bottle with the nib, so I'm kind of filming this off the back of that video. Now I didn't use all 4 lids because 2 of them were very similar. I just picked my 3 favorites, and this one here was up there as one of my favorites. So I'm doing a very similar thing, and that is to fill all of the embossed detail with black resin using this little bottle because, like I said, I had some resin left over and I hate waste. So yeah, I just went into all of the little nooks and crannies to fill it up with the black. Now I know a few of you did actually ask me in the last video where you can get the molds from, and quite often I forget to tell everyone that they are actually linked below. In the description box below, I have my Amazon storefront for the UK and the USA. I also had Australian and Canadian, but unfortunately they weren't used, so I lost them. At the moment I just have the UK and the USA Amazon storefront, and in there I have a whole section on molds. I have Christmas molds, Halloween molds, but the most recent tab that you will find is the Halloween molds. So all of the molds that you've seen me use here that are from Amazon will be linked there. Now this embossed lid was one of my favorite lids, if a little tricky. It was so detailed, so many little nooks and crannies. I have sped this video right up because it took me some time. Now I am tapping it. I know we don't usually tap resin, but yeah, some of this detail is so intricate. I felt like I wasn't really getting down in there with my little nib, my little metal nib. So I really needed to try my hardest to get it to self-level out into all of the nooks and crannies. I will say one thing as well, for Vista Turbo, I find Vista Turbo not only sets super fast, that's why I love using it, it doesn't actually self-level like all of the other resins. And I noticed that with the sugar skull mold. I feel like if that was any other resin and not the fast cure resin, then the resin would have travelled down into the little channels that were actually missed. But I am definitely finding with Vista Turbo it doesn't self-level in the same way. So just be aware of that if you are using Vista Turbo resin. Now here I am actually deciding on what colours to fill them. I knew I wanted to try some glow in the dark with the haunted house. I thought that would look pretty cool. And if you did watch my sugar skull box video, which was my latest video up on my channel last Wednesday, I had some pink left over, and this is what I did with the pink. Now I did feel like they would kind of muddy a little bit and blend a little bit, and I figured I really needed to use this resin up anyway, so I might as well use it in the haunted house coffin. And yeah, really happy that I did. If you watched me testing these pigments in resin, you will have seen that the green glow in the dark pigment from Let's Resin does sink. The green is like a sandy consistency. Is that the word? Yeah, consistency. It's like a sandy consistency, whereas all the others are a little bit more like they're mica powdery, so they kind of saturate the resin a little bit more, whereas the green glow in the dark and the blue green glow in the dark, guys, tongue twister, are more like a sandy, so they sink. They're a bit heavier, so they sink. So what you've seen me do there, mixing the pink and the green, we'll see the results of that obviously in the video, but there is some interesting results in that. For this one here, I have decided, guys, this was the video that made me fall head over heels in love with the Plum Chameleon powder from Let's Resin. So if you do not know, if you are new here, the chameleon powders are from Let's Resin. alongside the glow in the dark powders. They're also from Let's Resin, and I am a Let's Resin ambassador stroke affiliate, which means I earn from commissions, and there is a 10% discount code in the description box for you down below. So with Vista, I am also a Vista ambassador. There is a code down below for you to get quadruple miles on your order. So this is for new account holders. If you open an account with Vista, you can enter my code and it will quadruple your miles. Like, I guess it's like 4 times the points. It's like a point system with Vista. There's no like direct money off, but there is a code to get you to that point quicker. So yeah, definitely check out the description box for everything. On this third one, I decided to use yet another chameleon powder and another one. I'm telling you, these colors suit Halloween so much. I wasn't 100% sure of what to do with the embossed triangle. Now, I do backfill all of my chameleon powders with black. We know that this makes chameleon powders pop more than any other color. There's nothing to stop you using any color you want. It's entirely down to you as the artist and whatever, you know, makes your soul happy. But black does make chameleon powders pop more than any other color. Now here you see me just using the cotton bud like the coffins I did last year. These are a little bit pesky. They've got these lips and air gets trapped underneath those lips, and you just need to get in there. I just use a cotton bud because it's easy. I just get in there with a cotton bud and try and dislodge any air bubbles that have been trapped in and around that inside lip. It's worth it if you want your coffin lid to not have any huge holes in. Now for the coffin base, I did decide to just go with plain black because I've made 3 lids out of the 4. I didn't do all 4 lids because, like I said at the beginning, 2 of them are very similar in style. I knew that they would all work with black. I think everything works with black. If you've got a set like this where you've just got one base mold and then like several different choice lids, black wins. Black wins the day. So yeah, I just went with plain black resin, and I just took my time to make sure that it went in and around that inside lip to prevent any air bubbles from forming. And I can already see, if you were with me last year or even the year before, I created some epoxy resin coffins, and they definitely are the weakest of molds. The walls start to bow out, as you can see here. This ends up being the bottom of the box anyway, so it's no real big deal, but it's annoying. You know what I mean? It's annoying. You kind of need a case to come with these. So this is actually the next day. Now you can see here, I actually removed the resin from the pumpkins. I thought it would look cool. I thought it would look cool, and I'm absolutely loving this. I'm loving the silhouette of the haunted house, the bats, the spooky trees. Now, I can already see here where there's areas I missed with the black resin. So again, I either need glasses or I need a magnifying glass. This one here, another beautiful one. I believe this is the golden chameleon powder by Let's Resin. Again, everything's in the description box with your discount code. Tell me what you would do with that central one. Would you kind of highlight the eye in any way? But this one here made my heart sing. This color is plum. This is the plum chameleon powder by Let's Resin. It is the most witchy, Halloweeny, gothic-y shade out of all of the Let's Resin chameleon powders, and that has pretty much inspired the next few videos because I fell head over heels in love with it. So here we are demolding the box, and again, it's a cute little box. It's a lot more shallow than the coffin molds I've been used to in the past, but you know, the lids fit. Usually the lids are either too small or too tight and you have to kind of bend the resin, but I will say this, they are quite loose. If you look at how much give we have in this lid, is very loose. It doesn't just clip on snugly. It's, yeah, I can't say loose again, can I? There's 3 times in one sentence. But you know what? It still acts like a box. I just feel like some of these molds could be made a little bit better. I guess you get what you pay for. I'm in love with this one as well. Like, I think maybe filling the pumpkins with black would have been a better idea. But this one, my favourite. And yes, if you've made it this far, congratulations. I really, really appreciate you. Here is just a little message from me to you. If you've been watching my latest videos, I've explained the reasons behind why I am not openly advertising this video as the giveaway. Anyway, back to the video. Yeah, like I was saying, my favourite colour combination. It is the most witchy one out of all of them. That plum chameleon powder is everything, and I really, really love it. The mould itself, it does the job. It is a trinket box, and I think it's a pretty quirky trinket box, but check this out. Of course, you know I had to go into the darkest room of my house to show you the glow in the dark. As I was saying, that green glow in the dark pigment by Let's Resin is very chalky, it's very sandy, it sinks. But look at this pink, look at the glow on my hand. This glow in the dark is so intense, and I absolutely have loved creating with it this Halloween. First time ever, like, where have I been? But I really, really love it. Even in the daylight, that pink shines through the green. So this was really interesting to use both of these colours together and see the relationship, because when you just look at this, it looks like a, I don't know, tropical fruit juice colour. The green and the pink kind of blend really nicely, but when we put it in the dark, it is pure green on that surface. So really, really interesting. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to read that description box, guys. If you are still here, I appreciate you very, very much. Huge thank you to my patrons. My patrons have seriously been supporting me so incredibly. I appreciate you all so, so much. And they've already seen all of my upcoming videos, which is really, really great. And getting their feedback also means so much to me. I hope you've really enjoyed this one. And that is all. I can feel my voice going again, so I'm gonna stop talking and let you know how much I appreciate you all. If you are all still here, we are nearly 13 minutes in, and that means a lot to me. So do not forget to give this video a big fat thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. I appreciate you for that, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!